Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to look at the progress on the Eglinton Crosstown West Extension. Not too much to see, but I thought I would drive the line, and as I drive the line I'm going to show you what the status is of each of the stations. And there's some work going on. The cool thing is that the boring machines got quite far so far, and yeah, I'll just have a look and see what's happening. I can drive all the way over to Mount Dennis. On the left is the entrance to the Crosstown drilling site. The bus transitway on the left, Renforth station. It's on the left there, that's where the tunnels are getting bored from. We're traveling east on Eglinton Avenue. So the boring machines come from the left here and they're going underneath the road here. This is Eglinton Avenue. They actually go right under the road for a little bit and then they swing out across the highway intersection here. Huge highway intersections of 427 and 401. See, if you look carefully on the left, those white posts, those were former settling measurement points for when the bores went underneath. The next stop along here is Martin Grove. That's the first stop from Renforth. And we got a ways to go until we get to that. Going under the 427 South on-ramp and then the 427 itself across the East Mall. So we have the Mimico Creek that we're just about to cross over here, and there's a nice cycleway that goes all the way down to Bloor and Kipling area. And then on the right hand side on Eglinton Avenue here we have a multi-use pathway and protected bicycle lanes all the way actually pretty much to Mount Dennis and beyond, which is pretty cool. I think they get used a little more than they do. So we're going to turn right here. Traffic from the left is coming from Highway 401, so it's a big on-ramp. And I'm sure these guys here are doing some work for the Crosstown extension. So we have a bit of traffic up here. So the next intersection up here is Martin Grove, and unfortunately we have a bit of traffic, which you're always going to get on this road. But on the left hand side, just after the traffic lights, is where the station's going to be. Now one of the boring machines is actually past this point, but the other one is still probably about 200 meters behind. But once that other one goes past Martin Grove, they can start excavating Martin Grove, so I can't imagine that's going to be that much longer before they start excavating at Martin Grove. Here I am in the corner of Martin Grove and Eglinton, and a bunch of works has been finished here. If you look east, that's Eglinton Avenue, which exits to the 401 highway, 427 north and south, and also has a turn-off to Eglinton. So Eglinton kind of goes along and parallels the highway, and it goes over to Renforth, where the terminus is. The tunnels that have been bored, one is still back there, kind of where those green signs are, and the other one is up here, at least according to the website. I'll show you the image, where those white buildings are down there. Before the excavations come through, they have head walls they install on each side of the new station, and the boring machines break through those, and then they excavate down into that pocket, if you like. And so it looks like there's some soil and excavation work being done over there, so we'll have a closer look at that. You can see a bunch of works going on here. Don't know what's going on here. So here's the other part of the station site. We continue along Eglinton. Coming up on another intersection here for the Metro and the LCBO, Widdicombe Road and Lloyd Manor Drive. And the next intersection that we come up on is Kipling Avenue. It's one of my streets near where I live, south of here. And they're piling here, pile driving in for the station ends. You can see the works going on here. There's some talk on this station here about there's no kiddie corner station entrances, so it's going to be the northeast corner here, or northwest corner, sorry. One of the nice things about Eglinton Avenue is you have this protected bike lane. This goes all the way to Mount Dennis from here, and actually all the way down to my house if you want to take the long way around. You can see over the road. So this secondary part of the works, I know they were moving some utilities before, and I'm not sure, and it'd be a big job because of these overhead hydro lines here. I think they were going to move the actual orientation of the road to the right a bit here. So I'm going to borrow some of this right away. Okay, so there you have it. That's the works at Kipling. So we continue through Kipling, and then we'll be coming up on Islington Avenue is the next major intersection and stop. You see quite a bit of growth around here with condos. So there is a fair amount of transit-oriented development going on here. So this works that's coming up on the left, that's going to be an emergency entrance, I believe. And so they're preparing that work for excavation. Lots of work going on there today. Sorry about the road there. That's where Mr. Ford will get on, maybe somewhere around here when he uses the subway. So here we come down to Islington. You can see more works on the left for the station. There's a school on the right. Okay, so here's the corner of Islington and Eglinton. A large crane. Just prep work, really. And then there's another section of construction just further down here. Cool crane. They're just doing some works Look at that. One of those things wrapped in some kind of like insulation. That's pretty funny. Never seen that before. You can see they're putting those tubes down into the ground. Some kind of sleeves. Gonna have a look and see what they're for. See if I can figure it out. And then Eglinton continues down there towards Royal York. Further up the road here is another site which I won't go up and film because there's probably not a great deal to see, but they're building an emergency entrance or exit for the station. I saw that in a presentation by Metrolinx. But again, it's really just off the road, much like what we're seeing here. I'd also say further down at Royal York, there's really not a ton of stuff going on there either. So they've basically got these kind of areas cordoned off and they haven't got any work started there. We come further along the road, Eglinton Avenue here. You can still see the bike path on the right hand side. That's a walking path. The bike path is actually further on the right. Kind of winds up by the houses there away from the road, so it's nice. And then we're going to come up on Royal York shortly. And those traffic lights ahead. Some prep work going on there on the left. Not sure if that's related. You can see some protective fencing for trees on the left hand side here. This is probably the location for Royal York Station. So they're going to start work on that soon. And here we go through Royal York. Quite a fast road this actually. It gets you from A to B pretty quick when it's open. You can see all the density around here, and there's huge condos being built on the left here. That's nothing to do with the Crosstown extension. And then we're moving over here as we come down towards Scarlett. There's an overpass down here, a pedestrian overpass. And there's been works going on the right hand side. You see from one of my older videos when I cycled to Mount Dennis. There's works going on for reorganizing utilities and a realignment of that bridge entrance on the right there. And on the left, what's going to happen there is that's going to be where the tunnels come out. So the exit for the underground portion and the transition to the over the elevated guideway, which is supposed to continue quite a ways down the road here. So I know on the right hand side, if you remember from the video I did on Mount Dennis, I cycled up this way and they were building this new passageway over here, this new ramp I should say, for that bridge across the road. Interesting bridge across Eglinton Avenue from north to south. As you can see down here, I really don't want to drop my camera here. That's the new ramp they built, or a building. Comes up here. And they built, well, I guess they were doing that retaining wall down there, right? That's so they could widen the road, I guess. You see the other exit from the bridge on this side is stairs. And then this area here, I think they're preparing this site for excavation, because this is where the transition to above ground is going to take place. See those lights down there? That is Scarlett Road. And beyond that is the Humber River. And that's why it's going elevated to get over that area. There's another angle of the bridge works, or the path to the bridge works. I'm going to be pedantic. And the retaining wall. See, there's quite a large set of reinforcement going on there. Big pile driver. So as we come down this part of the road, you're going to get to Scarlett, I think it is. And as we go over Scarlett, we're going to cross over a fairly large river called the Humber River. Oh, I missed the light. But you can see the bridge over the other side of the road here. That is a bridge across the Humber, and that's why it's part of the reason that it's becoming elevated at this point, because they have to cross that. If they had to go under it, that's quite a challenge, I would think. They'd have to go quite deep, because that bridge sits quite a ways over. There's quite a valley down there. Just going to shift over. So this is the bridge over the Humber. It's quite an expanse, and it's quite hilly around this area. And so once we get to Jane Street, that's the next station. So this section here, there's not going to be any stops. There's a golf course on the right here, and hopefully it's not the golfers complaining, because that would just be a little bit too much for me to bear. And I like golf, but no. So we're approaching Jane Street. To shift lanes again here. So this construction here, I'm not sure if this is related to the Crosstown project or not. You can see the bike path turns over, crosses over Jane here and goes up on the left side. So we still have a continuation of that bike path. Now, between Jane here and Mount Dennis, it's going to go underground again. So there's a second tunnel portion that's going to join up with the existing crosstown at Mount Dennis. So I'm not sure if that works as related, but as we go up here towards Mount Dennis, the train will transition to the below grade again and turn into Crosstown. Or I should say turn into Crosstown, join with the existing Crosstown service, so it'll be continuous. So yeah, roadworks around here. Again, not sure if it's related to the West Extension or not. And as we come up on Mount Dennis, I'm not sure what the road is. Western Road, I'd say. As we come up on Western Road here, we're going to see on the left, you can see Mount Dennis Station. So that's the GO train station we're going to go under right now. Just looking at Mount Dennis, it looks pretty similar from the last time I saw it. Looks like the sidewalk is still closed. Sorry about the bumpy road, guys. And there you can see the station facility. Okay, so that's the end of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit tricky to put together, difficult access, not a lot to see, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, it's the best thing you can do for the channel so we can grow, and looking forward to bringing you another video in the near future. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.